Today, I'll be reacting to NBA legends and players who are scared of Larry Bird. So let's go right into the video.
Isaiah Thomas once said that if he, Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, and Larry Bird were put in a room together and told to battle it out, Bird would be the one left standing. Let that sink in for a moment. It speaks volumes about the greatness of Larry Bird. Now, there was a time when trash talking was an art form, and players backed up their words with jaw-dropping skills. It was the late 1980s, and Larry Bird ruled the hardwood like a basketball god. His talent was off the charts, and his confidence soared even higher. But it wasn't just his on-court heroics that made other players become terrified of him. Oh no, Larry Bird had an arsenal of words that could cut through steel. Bird's game was also built on something entirely different: trash talk and sheer badassery. He didn't just talk the talk, he walked the walk. He was the undisputed king of trash talking, and he didn't discriminate. Whether you were a future Hall of Famer or rookie, Bird would verbally dismantle you without a second thought. This man had the audacity to talk smack like no other, even more than Jordan and Peyton combined. And his confidence, it was both terrifying and stoic. A deadly combination. On a scale of 1 to 10, he was a perfect 15 at his best. Imagine being an up-and-coming superstar like Dominique Wilkins or Dr. J, thinking you've got what it takes to face Bird. Well, think again. Larry Legend would tear you apart, both on and off the court. And it wasn't just the players who felt his wrath. Head coaches like Doug Collins and Chuck Daly couldn't escape his verbal assault either. You see, the NBA...
Hey, Larry Bird was different. Larry Bird was different. But that's crazy what Isaiah Thomas said, though. He said if it was him, Magic, Larry Bird, and Michael Jordan in the room and had to battle it out, Larry Bird would be the last one standing. Wow, that shows a lot about Larry Bird. That really do. The fact Isaiah Thomas said that, too, that says a lot about Larry Bird. That says a lot about him. But the guy narrating this video, I think it's funny how he narrating this video. Shout out to Ball Boy Bob. I like his narrating style. I like that. I think it's hilarious, but I like it. I like it. I like how his voice changes too. I like that. I think that's sweet. I like that. Shout out to Ball Boy Bob. Shout out to him. I like his narrating style. I like that.
Every legend would tear you apart, both on and off the court. And it wasn't just the players who felt his wrath. Head coaches like Doug Collins and Chuck Daly couldn't escape his verbal assault either. You see, the NBA today just doesn't have the same level of trash talking as it did back in Larry Bird's era. Sure, we have a few players trying to keep the spirit alive, but it's nowhere near what Bird used to unleash on his opponents on a daily basis. The NBA has evolved, and trash talking has taken a back seat. It's a lost art, my friends. Now sit back, relax, and prepare to witness the masterclass of trash talking. We'll take a journey through Larry Bird's greatest trash talking moments and NBA players that were scared of him. And now, let's get this show on the road.
It really is crazy, though, to me that trash talking is like a lost art in the NBA today. But I kind of get it, though, because pretty much if you trash talk now, you're getting attacked, which sucks. I hate that. Especially if you talk and you get attacked. If you dunk on somebody and stare at them, that's a tech. So much stuff is a tech in today's NBA. You really can't trash talk, because if you do tech, then if you ask the ref why you got a tech, another tech, you eject it. Like, huh? I really do wish like trash talk would like come back into the NBA today. I really do. But sadly, I don't know.
And now, let's get this show on the road. Welcome to the Larry Bird Show. Let me hit you with a quote straight from the GOAT himself, Michael Jordan. MJ once said, Larry Bird.
You said the quote from the GOAT. LeBron said this? Because he said the quote from the GOAT. He started talking about Michael Jordan. He said the quote from the GOAT. I thought LeBron supposed to come up. LeBron said this then? Wait, hold up. Let me go back.
Hit you with a quote straight from the GOAT himself.
Yeah, he said quote from the GOAT straight from himself. Yeah, he talking about LeBron, right? He talking about LeBron, right? That's funny. That's funny.
Welcome to the Larry Bird Show. Let me hit you with a quote straight from the GOAT himself, Michael Jordan. MJ once said, Larry Bird is the greatest trash talker and mind game player of all time. He taught me everything I know about getting in folks' heads. And coming from MJ, that's the ultimate compliment right there. Now remember Leo Routins? I didn't think so. He was once an opponent who faced Bird on the court. Leo said, I say this in the utmost complimentary way. Larry was a prick. Larry Bird was a master of trash talk. I mean, this guy took trash talking to a whole new level. Larry was so merciless that he even inspired generations of players to humiliate their rivals just like he did. Even after retiring from the game, Bird could still verbally destroy anyone who dared to challenge him. One player who experienced Larry's wrath firsthand was none other than Gary Payton. During a conversation with Uninterrupted's Throwing Bones, Payton crowned Larry Bird as the greatest trash talker of all time, and he had a chilling story to back it up. Larry had the audacity to tell Payton exactly what he was going to do before he did it. And the worst part, Larry went out there and did exactly what he said, burying buckets in Payton's face.
I feel like only elite players can do that. Like, they going in the game. Okay, I'm going to drop 50 on you. Then they drop 50. I'm going to take 2 dribbles, get to this spot, shoot it right in your face, all net. I'm going to take 2 dribbles, do a fadeaway 3 right in your face. I'm going to come around this screen, get the basketball, shoot it in your face for a game, then I'm going home. Like, just for example, like, just stories like that. Like, I think only elite players can do that because that is nuts. That is nuts. If Gary Payton saying you're the greatest trash talker ever, and Michael Jordan said he learned how to trash talk from you, that means he was a different breed of trash talking. Like, Larry Bird was different when he was trash talking. He was on a whole nother level. That man had to say some savage stuff, because there's no way. Now, Gary Payton's to talk trash crazy, so if he said you the best trash talker ever, you for sure was talking crazy. Larry Bird for sure was saying some wild things.
As the greatest trash talker of all time, and he had a chilling story to back it up. Larry had the audacity to tell Payton exactly what he was going to do before he did it. And the worst part, Larry went out there and did exactly what he said, burying buckets in Payton's face. According to Payton himself, Larry would say, "Look here, man, I'm gonna shoot this jumper in your face right there in that corner, and it's gonna be your Christmas present. I'm gonna wrap it up and bust your head open." Payton never forgot that encounter, and it just
his narrating is on point. He really tried to sound like Gary Payton. He kind of did, though. Bro, this video lit. This video lit. I love the narrating on this video. I love it. This video sweet. This video lit. I'm going back to that. He really did sound like Gary Payton. No, that's funny. He really did sound like Gary Payton.
Would say, "Look here, man, I'm gonna shoot this jumper in your face right there in that corner, and it's gonna be your Christmas present. I'm gonna wrap it up and bust your head open." Payton never forgot that encounter, and it just goes to show the sheer dominance and confidence Larry Bird possessed. Magic Johnson. Now, Magic and Bird revolutionized the league. Their rivalry ran deep, dating back to their college days. Magic played for the Spartans, while Bird repped the Sycamores. And boy, did they give us a show during the 1979 NCAA Finals. In his book, When the Game Was Ours, Larry Bird opened up about that game. He talked about the fear he felt when he watched Magic's performance against DePaul in the Final Four of the NCAA Championship. Magic, being the straight-up legend he is, admitted, "The problem with Larry was he could score from anywhere. It was the first time in my life I was scared of another player." Stylistically, Larry Bird was always a nightmare for Magic Johnson. Standing at 6'9", this Celtic legend was a mismatch nightmare. His offensive arsenal was endless, and his shooting skills were second to none. Magic himself admitted that Larry was tougher than any other player he had ever faced. Three-point contest. Now, it's 1988, and the three-point
That's the one thing I like about Magic and Larry Bird. Both of them was huge rivals of each other. That's the one thing I like about Magic and Larry Bird. Even though the Celtics and Lakers was a big rivalry, they still had a lot of respect for each other, and you could tell they were great friends. You could tell. So I really do like that about Magic and Larry, though. Even though on the court they wanted to destroy one another, they still were friends and respected one another. That's what I like.
It ever faced. Three-point contest. Now, it's 1988, and the three-point contest is about to go down. Now, back in those days, shooting threes wasn't as common as it is now. But let me tell you, there were still some incredible shooters in the NBA. So before the contest even began, Bird strolled into that locker room, looked his fellow contestants in the eye, and dropped a bombshell on them. He straight up asked, "Who's planning to come in second?" I mean, who has the guts to say something like that to a room full of elite shooters? Larry Bird, that's who. And you know what's the craziest part? He was out on that court and did exactly what he said he was going to do. Talk about backing up your words with action. Oaks. Remember Bird?
Yeah, no, Larry Bird. Did he win the three-point contest like 3 straight times? Oh, yeah. His confidence was insane. Going inside the locker room. Okay, so who's going in second? That is crazy. That is crazy.
Said he was going to do. Talk about backing up your words with action. Oaks. Remember Bird's legendary game against the Hawks when he dropped 60? Well, Doc Rivers remembers it well. Bird got in the zone and he started calling his shots. He started saying off the glass. That was one game I think he tortured Dominique. He saw Dominique as this up-and-coming player and he just tortured him mentally. He tortured all of us. He was calling shots off the glass. Who's next? Where you want this one from? He just made one after another. Reggie Miller.
Yo, this video is hilarious. Him mocking the players saying their quotes is hilarious. I'm really enjoying this video. This video's hilarious.
Incoming player, and he just tortured him mentally. He tortured all of us. He was calling shots off the glass. Who's next? Where you want this one from? He just made one after another. Reggie Miller. Now, very few players have the guts to challenge Larry Legend. And those who did, well, they usually ended up regretting it real quick. One guy who learned that the hard way was none other than Reggie Miller. Reggie Miller, a player who knows a thing or two about trash talking, experienced this firsthand. He recalls the moment vividly. With just 20 seconds left on the clock and his team down by 3 points, they fouled Bird, sending him to the line. But Miller, being a rookie dump, didn't realize he was facing one of the greatest free throw shooters of all time. As Bird stepped up to take those crucial shots, Miller couldn't resist. He muttered something under his breath, trying to get inside Bird's head. But Larry Bird, the ultimate competitor, wasn't about to let that slide. He stopped right before shooting, locked eyes with Miller, and said, "You gotta be kidding me. Rook, you gotta be kidding me." Bird got the ball again, and before he shot, he said, "Rook, I'm the best shooter in the league right now. In the league, understand? And you're up here trying to say something?" He wanted Miller to understand that he had no business trying to distract him. And just like that, with ice in his veins, Larry Bird sank both free throws, sealing the victory for the Celtics against the Pacers. Now,
So, Reggie Miller, what's up? Larry Bird said, "Come on, Rook. Come on, man." I'm that guy. Come on. You really gonna trash talk me at the free throw line? Like, come on. Come on. You should already know who I am already. Why you even try that? That's funny. Hey, that's one thing I like about Reggie Miller, though. He wasn't scared of no one. Hey, I still respect Reggie Miller, though. Even though it's funny, he did trash talk to Larry Bird. I still respect Reggie that he wasn't scared to trash talk to Larry Bird, though. He wasn't scared, so I do respect him for that. He wasn't scared.
his veins, Larry Bird sank both free throws, sealing the victory for the Celtics against the Pacers. Now, nobody in the league was safe from his verbal assaults, and not even Dennis Rodman, one of the greatest defenders of all time, could escape Larry Legend's wrath. Back in the day, when Dennis was still rocking the Pistons jersey, he found himself face to face with the Celtics forward, and boy, did Larry make him pay. In one instance, Larry drops 4 consecutive buckets over Rodman, making it look effortless. And in true Bird fashion, he struts over to Detroit coach Chuck Daly, looking as cool as can be, and shouts, "Who's guarding me, Chuck? Does anyone guard me? You better get someone on me, or I'm gonna go for 60. Now, credit where credit's due. Dennis Rodman didn't back down. Those words from Larry lit a fire within him, and he went all out on the defensive end, trying to shut down Bird. But here's the thing, Larry was relentless. While Dennis was giving his all to deny him the ball, all Larry did was yell at his teammates, "I'm open. Hurry up before they notice nobody is guarding me." Oh no, Larry wasn't done yet. He had to double down on the trash talk. He drills yet another jumper over Rodman, leaving no doubt who was in control. And then he turns to Chuck Daly with a smirk on his face and says, "Coach, you better get this guy out and send in somebody who's going to D me up, because it's too easy when I'm wide open like this."
Larry Bird was a savage. He is talking about Dennis Rodman in this. Like, think about that. Dennis Rodman is nowhere near a bad defender. He's saying, "Who's guarding me?" He said, "I'm wide open." He's talking about Dennis Rodman. No, yeah, Larry Bird was a savage. Larry Bird talking about "hurry up and give me the ball before they notice I'm wide open" with Dennis Rodman guarding him. That is nuts. That is insane. Larry Bird, yeah, he the greatest trash talker. Yeah. Yeah. He different. Larry Bird different.
Who was in control. And then he turns to Chuck Daly with a smirk on his face and says, "Coach, you better get this guy out and send in somebody who's going to D me up, because it's too easy when I'm wide open like this." Man, oh man, Larry Bird had no mercy. He tore Dennis Rodman apart, not just with his game, but with his words too. John Sally, a former NBA player himself, also couldn't help but praise Bird's trash-talking skills. When asked about the best trash talker he's ever played against, Sally didn't hesitate for a second. He said, "Larry's the blackest white dude I've ever met."
Facts. Oh, no. That's funny. Oh, no, wait. We going back. That was funny.
He didn't hesitate for a second. He said, "Larry's the blackest white dude I've ever met."
Oh, no. John Sally funny. But it's so funny about Larry Bird, though, because there's stories out there. Say, like, a team put a white guy on him, he would get mad. Larry Bird was talking about you disrespecting my game. For some reason, Larry Bird took that offensive when a team put a white guy on him. He took that offensive for some reason. Nah, Larry Bird funny.
Sally didn't hesitate for a second. He said, "Larry's the blackest white dude I've ever met." That's one heck of a statement. Sally went on to share a mind-blowing story about a scrimmage against Larry Bird during the summer. Larry Bird steps onto the court and confidently asks, "Y'all going to double me tonight when I get the ball in the wing?" Now, most players will probably be like, "Yeah, we definitely gonna double team you." But not Sally. No, no, no. He fearlessly responds, "No, man. Straight up." And that's when Larry unleashes his legendary trash talk. Larry looks Sally straight in the eye and says, "Y'all ain't double teaming me?" Sally sticks to his guns and confidently replies, "No, I got you, dog." And that's when Larry drops the hammer. He looks at Sally and coolly says, "Mouse in the house." Oh boy, you know things are about to get real. Without wasting a moment, Larry Bird proceeds to walk Sally down to the post, gets the ball, and calmly tells him, "Better ask for a double team, Sal." And let me tell you, my friends, Larry moves at his own speed. He doesn't care how fast you think you are. He's gonna school you, plain and simple. Now, it's moments like these that make Larry Bird a legend. He didn't just have
John Sally, man, you should have asked for the double. John Sally, you should have asked for the double, man. As soon as you say we not doubling you and Larry Bird said a mouse in the house, that's when you know you're done. That's when you know you're done. Just in general. Imagine you at the park and somebody asking, "You double teaming me?" You said, "No, I'm guarding you straight up." Did he say mouse in the house? Asking for the ball. That's tough. No, that's tough. That's tough. I really do enjoy these Larry Bird stories, though. They're funny. They're funny.
Down to the post, gets the ball, and calmly tells him, "Better ask for a double team, Sal." And let me tell you, my friends, Larry moves at his own speed. He doesn't care how fast you think you are. He's gonna school you, plain and simple. Now, it's moments like these that make Larry Bird a legend. He didn't just have the skills, but the swagger and confidence to back it all up.
That was a great video from Ball Boy Bob. That was an excellent video. The narrating was excellent. Like I said earlier about Larry Bird, he's one of the greatest trash talkers ever. If not, he's the greatest trash talker ever. There are endless stories of Larry Bird trash talk stories. They're endless. Gary Payton calling him the greatest trash talker ever. Michael Jordan talking about he learned trash talking from Larry Bird. Larry Bird out here talking trash. Dennis Rodman, Dominique Wilkins, Reggie Miller. This is so funny because Larry Bird, he really does not care who he talk trash to. He'll talk trash to anybody. He really don't care. And to add to the trash talking, Larry Bird wasn't just like some good player from back in the day. He was elite. Larry Bird was the truth. So comment down below y'all thoughts about this video, y'all thoughts about Larry Bird. What's your favorite trash talk story? You can also talk about other Larry Bird trash talk stories that wasn't mentioned in this video. Furthermore, like and subscribe. Also hit that notification bell so you won't miss another video from me. And I hope everyone have a blessed day. I'm out.